Welcome to another blog. This is Moumita. We came back to Seoul after our trip to DMZ, and now it was time for us to bid goodbye to Seoul and head for Gyeongju on a bullet train. Korea Train Express or KTX was going to take us to Gyeongju. A bullet train ride was itself an experience in South Korea, and I am not just talking about boarding the train here. I almost forgot that I was inside a railway station for a moment. It looked as good as an airport to me. Starting from cleanliness to being time-bound, Korea Railroad Corporation or KORAIL ensured a smooth journey for the passengers. We already had an experience of a train ride when we boarded RX on our first day in South Korea. But even before we got inside KTX, we had another important job to finish: lunch. The DMZ tour in the first half didn't allow us much time to have a meal. Meanwhile, McDonald's looked like the only viable option for us. Subhajit and Mini went ahead with chicken burgers, while I stuffed myself with French fries and one piece of the loaf from the burger. The lunch was nowhere close to a healthy meal, but my trip to South Korea made me learn one big lesson. When survival is of utmost importance, judging food is not a wise thing to do. Carry some dry food and fruits if you visit South Korea. If you are a vegetarian, your challenge, especially for Indians, will be on a different level. For you don't know when and where you will find the meal of your choice next. McDonald's might turn into your favorite place. You never know. Anyway, it was time for us to board the KTX. Our luggage count was 4 and all of them fitted inside the separate luggage space provided in the train. You will get them on your left-hand side after you board the train. And for a change, I wasn't worried about leaving the luggage on a train far away from my seat. Otherwise, my experience of a train ride had always revolved around tying the luggage with a strap or a chain under my seat and still remaining anxious about its existence. Charging points were available beside every seat, and you can even keep your luggage in the space above the seats like the way you do on the flights. After more than half a day's traveling in DMZ, we finally got some chance to sit in one place and worry about nothing for the next 2 hours. The train was supposed to reach Gyeongju at 7:35 p.m. They had KTX magazines attached to every seat. It would have been a wonderful chance to learn more about South Korea and the destinations KTX covered from the magazines. But there was only one problem. I didn't know Korean. So glancing at the pictures like someone who didn't know how to read and write was the only option I had with me. I had a similar experience in the T-Way flight which flew us from Singapore to Incheon. But it was Minnie who had to give the extreme test of showing patience inside the train. She was not famous as someone who could sit in one place even for a minute. I thought she would fall asleep given how exhausted we were after our DMZ trip, but she showed no signs of drifting to sleep. I bet her mind was racing just like the speed of a bullet train. Speaking of speed, Subhajit checked the train speed on his mobile. It fluctuated within the range of 235 to 275 kilometers per hour. While Minnie got some special attention from the grandma sitting in the front seat who passed chips packets and biscuits to her, the bullet train started running on the track at a speed of 315 kilometers per hour at a certain point. As far as I remember, the maximum speed of KTX was around 330 kilometers per hour. At this rate, I wondered if the train would reach way ahead of its estimated arrival time in Gyeongju. However, it reached Gyeongju exactly at 7:35 p.m. We rushed out of the train with our luggage as it would not wait in the station for long, which brought our bullet train journey to an end. It was still not completely dark, and the station also didn't have many passengers. We had to look for a cab which could take us to our hotel. The day with a trip to DMZ and the ride from Seoul to Gyeongju was a long one. The only thing my brain could remind me about was the need to lay my head on the pillow and recharge myself for the next day in Gyeongju. So that's it for now in this blog. See you in the next one.